All right, so we're ready to get started with this video. As promised, that the promise that I made last week that I was going to get a video out every week, and I noticed it got late because I was doing yard work and doing catch-up work around the house, and let time get past. But I said, you know what? Before I go to bed tonight, I need to get another video out at least once a week. Um, as you know, I'm in greater Metro Atlanta and work out here as a independent contractor, Courier. And I just wanted to make videos to enlighten people on the business and let people know um, that it's doable, and any man or woman can do it as long as they have the will and learn the skill set. And that's what these videos are all about. And it doesn't necessarily have to be independent courier, but just looking at ways to get into the industry, whether it's this or you hauling merchandise, cars, furniture, or um, scrapping, cardboard, pallets. I mean, so many ways to do it. But the first thing is transportation. Um, so today, I wanted to just touch on a few things. The city is back open. We made headline news. A lot of people are going against the governor and saying, hey, we shouldn't be open because the pandemic hasn't reached its peak yet. And the curve, the bell curve that they keep talking about, we want the curve to be at its peak before we come back out. And it goes back down, and they're expecting it to go back up before that winter spike, where it goes back up. But the business is still moving. It's a, what's the term I want to, essential business. Some say a recession-proof business, but I know it's an essential business because I was doing it when the city was shut down. Commerce was still moving. Like I said, planes, trains, and locomotives were still bringing in, and ships were bringing in commerce, and it needed to be delivered to warehouses. And from warehouses, it needed to make it to its last mile, which are the vans, like my van behind me. You get into this, you don't have to go get a brand new van. This is not a brand new van. Okay, that van is not brand new at all. It may look brand new, look clean, but it's old, and I just keep it clean. Tracking miles. I talked about it briefly. I'm going to talk about a few safety items, things that I carry on board. And like I said, if you watch the video, you got any questions, please leave them below. And like my page. Hit the subscribe button. I'll go from there. God's plan. That's what it's all about. So I got my logbook out. And this is my logbook. I keep a log. And I keep the back page of it as well. So, when you get into this industry, don't get into it blindly without keeping statistics. If you got a 3 months or a quarter's worth of information, then that's kind of a good measuring stick, 3 months worth of information. That should dictate whether you stay at the current contract that you're under or move on or find something better. I mean, you won't know what's better until you gauge it. There's so many variations. Was it summer months? Was it winter months? During holiday season, non-holiday season. So a year would definitely give you your best data. Where you're using more gas in the winter and the summer, where you're running the heat hotter, the AC cooler. How many stops were you making? How many pickups? Your miles before you get started and your miles at the end of your day. Your date, zip codes you're working. I keep all that data. So, that would be a good start to get you a logbook. You can buy this at any store, or you can just just get a spiral book and make one of these. There's nothing to it. What else? You know, older gentleman told me when I got started in this business, he said, don't buy nothing for that van until you need it. Don't go out and just be buying up stuff because you think it might work or it might be cool. You're gonna waste money. You know, your biggest thing is to make sure you got tires, rubber on the tires, you know, brakes, the belts are good, oil's changed, you know, your maintenance, your upkeep, you know, make sure that that's solid first before you try to put cool lights on it and all that good stuff. So the number one thing is, you know, when you check your van out, if you purchase or if you have one or someone will loan you one, make sure it can stay running. You're gonna have breakdowns. There's no way around it. I had a breakdown this last week. I could show it to you. I had to replace a hose, and yeah. So I had to pay for it, cash. You know, I had to pay to take care of it and replace the parts. So you're gonna have breakdowns. So that's why it's imperative to keep logs and ensure that you have an account and that your money that you're gonna be making, we're gonna claim it, you're gonna make money. So the money that you're making, that you divvy it up and portion it aside for maintenance and preventive maintenance, so you don't have any breakdowns. So before you do anything, you want to check out your vehicle. Make sure it doesn't have no leaks in the roof. Under it, hoses are good. Check those hoses. Check that battery. Check those tires. If you can get that engine up high as you can take it, do it. See if you can check engine lights. This is if you purchase it, for sure. I know they're gonna try to take you on a route where you gotta do 35 miles per hour. Be like, hey man, I'm gonna turn down here. Go down, get on the highway or something, and get it out there. So you can check it, because if you don't check it, those mechanics, you gotta be prepared. Let's see here. So some of the things I have on board, obviously I have a hand truck. I keep two. I keep a real lightweight one that's made of aluminum. You know, one hand, really fast. You can move around. You don't have to get the heavy duty one out all the time, depending on what you're carrying. I like the light one, because at the end of the day, if your energy is drained, you can grab that light one with one finger and be done. Now, if you need the big heavy duty one, you gotta get it out. You just gotta deal with it. But that won't run you a lot. But you do have to have one starting out. I highly recommend you do. Straps, as you can see, these straps, ratchet tie downs, they are okay. Now, if you're expediting, which means like if you're taking trips with a little distance and it's heavier pieces, then yeah, you're gonna need tie downs. Also inside my truck, I have I have like D-ring straps, like E-track, where you can literally strap something down. It's good to have that, so your loads won't shift. Knowing where to place the load inside the vehicle is key. It helps with the structural safety, and it helps with preventive maintenance in the event that something happens to your vehicle. So I wanted to just touch on that. Just don't let them throw it in there any old place. Put it where you want it. Do the research. See where, you know, the weight of it, and make sure that your vehicle can bear the weight, and go from there. So tie downs. These are very affordable. You can pretty much get them anywhere. I got more tie downs. These tie downs I haven't even opened. I have some bungee cords. Bungees are great to have. And they have bungee nets, like a cargo net. You know, but don't go out and buy all that stuff until you land your first contract. I'm an older guy, so I keep these on my knees. pending where I'm at. If I'm in the warehouse and I'm loading out, sometimes I'll throw those on in the morning and make sure all my serial numbers match my manifest to ensure that my load is right for the day. It's imperative that you bounce the numbers before you leave your warehouse. I don't care what warehouse you work at, because you want to make sure what they say you got on board, you actually have on board your van. So make sure that you bounce that information. Well, I know this video is a little advanced, and I'm talking to some people that may have not even broken into the industry yet. Or you like thinking about it, contemplating it, thinking you may. Listen, pray about it, you know. See if it's what God wants you to do. Pray about it and see if this is the road that you think that you need to go down, and have a plan. I'm just helping you get a plan together. I don't know if this is politically correct to be drinking on camera, but I wanted to shoot this video, and I'm only at 11 minutes to talk about the city being open, just like your city may open soon. I started shooting these videos probably at the brink of the COVID-19 outbreak, and was inspired, was inspired because, a lot of people were hurting and just didn't know which way to go. Should they sit around, wait on the stimulus check? Should they sit around and wait on the unemployment check, or figure out another way? Well, you don't have to have a van, okay? You can have a car, a minivan, and you can do this. You go, well, how do I find jobs? Okay, how do I find listings? Where do I go? Listen, I'm gonna tell you something really easy. Anybody can do it, okay? If you know anybody that's looking to break into this, all you gotta do is go to Craigslist and click your city, top left corner, and you type cargo van jobs, or you type independent contractor, or you type Courier, C-O-U-R, Courier. And if you do that, jobs will come up, and you be straight up with the people. Hey, I got a little car. I'm just getting started. I got a little vehicle. Can I do some packages? Can I start off like that? I got insurance. I got good driving history, because they're gonna ask you for your driving record report. It's something you go down to the DMV, they print it out for you for $5 or $6 or $7, and it'll show your history 7 years or 10 years. It's only valid for a week or two, whatever. So you go down there, you get that, show them your license or insurance, and you get a route, or not even a route, just be a backup driver, just doing pieces until you are in position to get a van. And then from a van, you want to work your way up. You want to get 2, 3, or you want to get a box truck. So, just starting off, it's that simple. Watch YouTube videos. There's a lot of good YouTubers out there, okay? I'm not a YouTuber per se. This is not my thing as of yet. I'm working on it. I'm just doing videos, okay? Look at me. It's dark outside. I'm just shooting a video, okay? But it's some great guys in the business, great guys doing YouTubes. If I can come up with a list of those, my next video, I'll even tell you who they are. Just, guys, go watch them. And they got some awesome videos out there. You just put independent contractor or courier, and all these videos will pop up. Start watching them. Take notes. I'm just getting down to the nitty gritty. I don't want to waste time trying to fluff the video up and all that stuff. No, I'm just gonna be straight up with you and get down to it. So that's how you get into the business. That's one way. You can look at, and then once you get in and you take that job that may not pay as much, that contract, and I'm talking about business ownership. Okay, I'm not talking about a job. I'm talking about business ownership. Independent contractors are, you're your own business boss. You're your own boss. Okay, so I'm not talking about a job. I'm talking about a career as an entrepreneur. I'm talking about entrepreneurship. So if you want the job, yeah, you can go with the big names. They hiring like crazy right now, and they're gonna pay you. They're gonna pay you good, and you're gonna use their vehicle. If you want to go that route until you can get a vehicle, go that route. And when you're in position to get your own vehicle, I highly propose that you look into business ownership. You go, well, I'm a struggle. I don't know if it's for me. You know, I've never been business minded. No, don't claim that, because you can scale with the business. You can grow. Not only this way, but you can grow that way and this way at the same time. So it's something to look into. You can't pass a job down to the next generation, but you can pass a business down to the next generation. And that's what you're on earth to do. So don't shortchange yourself thinking you are not a business person or you're not business minded. All it is doing the same thing you would do in a job, except you got to keep good records, which is notes, and your logs and receipts, and then you pay your taxes. That's it. Pay your insurance, pay your taxes. Okay? And negotiate contracts. And then when you start hiring people, then it gets a little tiny bit more complicated, but you know, they're independent contractors as well. They run under you, and you grow that way. But you don't have to think that you just have to settle for less. You know, you're gonna watch videos, you're gonna read, and we're gonna create a Facebook group or something, and we share information. I mean, it's that simple. I'm not here to bamboozle anyone. I'm just here to create a space where anyone that wants to get into this can share information with other people, especially if you're in the Southeast where I'm at. You know, I'll be able to speak to different job or career opportunities, jobs that's hiring independent contractors for opportunities in this area. I can't speak for the Pacific Northwest coast. However, it's all general, whether you are in the Pacific Northwest or the Southwest or in the Midwest or in the Northeast or the Southeast. We are all pretty much in the same country, and the industry's the same across the board. However, pays vary. Fares vary, and insurance vary pending your state. So those are some of the caveats. Insurance may be different in New York than it is down here in Georgia or St. Louis or Kansas City, vice Washington State or Idaho. So yeah, those are some of the differences, and that's what the group will help us with. You know, we'll start a group and go from there. Like I said, leave comments and if you got questions, and I'll be glad to answer. But that pretty much answers everything that I want to talk about. Gloves, definitely. Driving hat, I got a couple. This is my favorite driving hat right here. I like to put this hat on when I'm driving. And reflective vest, I have that in the washer. I'm cleaning it actually. I clean it every weekend to get it back bright and shiny. But that's pretty much it for today. The city's open, business is still booming. I talked to a guy this week. He was telling me he's driving PPE, you know, like preventive protective equipment for the COVID pandemic, where the hospitals may need it, nursing homes may need it. That's what he's moving right now. It's essential. He's doing very well. Some are moving car parts. Cars got to roll. Trucks got to roll. Same with equipment, office supplies, and same with medicine. All this stuff is needed. It's essential. So you want to be in position to add a percent of your portfolio or a percent of your job to add to what you're already, doing. You want to have a portion of what your income is as an essential business, because when all else fails, if everything stops and shut down and quit, your essential portion of your proceeds that's coming in to feed the house and keep the house going is going to come in regardless. So it's imperative to have something in your portfolio or in your job description as an essential portion of your business. Some portion of your business have to be essential, whether whether you are a doctor, a dentist, or a trash man. That's essential, because they have to come and get that trash, or it'll start piling up, and then you got all kind of diseases will happen in the city if waste management don't come and get your stuff. That's an essential job. So you want to be essential. You want to be in that area. Like I said, any questions that you have, feel free to hit me up in the comment section. Any question is not a dumb question. So, because we all had questions. I know I had tons of questions. When I was hit with this idea to be an independent contractor, I had thousands of questions. I even made myself a vision board. And with that vision board, I kind of planned this out. This just didn't pop out of the sky. It was a vision, and it was given to me. And initially, I got into this to help out with something else I do in the streets, where I feed the less fortunate. And I had to fund that cause. So I needed a way to fund it. On top of, I had my bills and all that other stuff. So I was like, well, how can I do it? And this is kind of like how I wound up in this arena. Because it started with a vision for me to do something totally different. So I said, well, let me just do videos. So maybe my next video, I'll give you a glimpse of what I do when I feed the street. And that is actually what I call it. And this is actually one of my shirts, God's Plan. Then I got some information on the back for what I do. I got a team, and we go out and we feed folks, that's less fortunate under bridges and stuff. So if you ever been down here and you've been under I-20, you will see a lot of people camping. We take food down there, or we set up in an area. I know a few business owners that kind of like, don't mind me parking in their parking lot, and then I'll take food to them. It's already prepared. I don't have to cook anything. It's like just quick stuff, and stuff that they can can goods and open it later for later, or they can cook it themselves. But that's how I got into this. So I'm not gonna make my videos longer than 30 minutes. I'm at 25 minutes now. I just wanted to touch on the video tonight and talk, because I promised y'all I was gonna make a video. And I normally make them in my van, and that's the van behind me. I normally make them in the van, but tonight I'm gonna do the video on the side of the van. So the video is done. Any questions, hit me up. And, praying that I have a great week this week, and that business is still going. smooth. I have to get some tires this week. I've been putting a lot of miles on them. So, Lord willing, I have me some tires this week. I do good with my loads, and I make me some good money. I could get some tires, and I'm also going to make some blessing bags. Make some blessing bags to show you how all that got started as well. So maybe my next video, 1, 2, 3, video number 4, I will drop my video number 4 where that came from. You know, that portion. I'll put that video on YouTube as well, just so you can see, take a glimpse into what I do on the side. I do a lot of outreach on the side as well, but this is how I do it. I'm humble, grateful, and thankful for the opportunity. Even if I gotta collect cans, I've done cardboard, I've scrapped metal. It's free money out there, and I challenge myself to go find it. And if I gotta scrap, one guy was letting me come to his business and get his cardboard. And I had formed a good relationship with him, and I would just go get the cardboard and I would recycle it. And you gotta have a lot of cardboard to get $3, $4, $5. I mean, a lot. That van, it'd be full. I might have 1,500 pounds on it of cardboard. You know, sometimes almost 2,000 pounds of cardboard just to get a few bucks, you know. But whatever it took, I was willing and still willing to do to move the mission, keep the mission moving. So that's what it all boils down to. There's no secret to it. The only secret I would tell you that it is to this is you have to be humble and don't think that, you know, you're better than this job or that job. I would say that's one of the keys to success out here. Or that not only being humble and grateful, but, you know, giving. That's what it is. You know, if you're in position to give. That's it. You know, if you got it, go ahead. And it's going to come back, and it's going to work out for you. It's going to work out for the better. So be humble and thankful and grateful and give, and you're going to do excellent in this business. You're going to do excellent, and your business is going to grow. It's going to scale. So that's it, and I will see y'all later. Hopefully you like this video. Hit the subscribe button and ask me any questions. We'll go from there. If you don't ask me no questions, that means I'm doing a great job, and I'll just keep the videos coming. I owe you a video of my outreach that's going on, the great work that's going on outreach-wise, and I owe you a video of the future, of what I got planned for the future. Thank you. This is Damon signing out, Uncle Damon. This God's plan, all right, and feed my street.